You know what works? FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works? FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP. Reach for what works.
Splash, splash, apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. When your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow, just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, 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 apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash.
It's the best game on ice tonight at Pago Ice Arena in Minnetonka. My name's Sam Ekstrom, and welcome to Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by FVP Parts on Youth Hockey Hub. Number 1 Minnetonka, 17-0-1 record coming in. The Edina Hornets, 13-2-1, number 3 in the state. And we're set for one of the great rivalries in Minnesota hockey. Minnetonka coming off a Hockey Day Minnesota victory against number 2 Andover, and now they take on number 3, their nemesis, the Edina Hornets. And these two teams have gone toe-to-toe the last several years, splitting 10 meetings, 5 wins each. Last year, Minnetonka gave Edina their only 2 regular season losses. They met 3 times, with the Skippers winning 2. They meet for the first time of 2 here tonight. It's on Minnetonka's home ice, and we're with you all the way on youthhockeyhub.com. Skippers coached by Sean Goldsworthy in his 2nd season. Edina coached by the legend Kurt Giles. Some line shuffling for Minnetonka. One of their top liners, Teddy Lagerbach, suffered an injury on Hockey Day, and he will not be playing tonight. So that moves Kittleson, Bayless, and Streeter onto that top line. And Minnetonka with the puck in their own end. Grant Doctor possessing in the corner. Goes around to his great defensive partner, Josh Lidke. The Michigan Tech and Denver commits, one of the best defensive tandems in the state of Minnesota. Trickling in deep into the corner, tracked down by Griffin Streeter. Now kept in at the point by Lidke. Goes down low to Streeter, the junior, who's been a huge addition to this Minnetonka offense this year. Great pass in the slot to Hunter Newhouse, who's on a roll with 6 goals in 4 games. That's dipped down into the corner for Mason Hendrickson. Now rotates along to the near side. Grant Doctor goes over to Lidke, cross-ice pass, banks it off, taken by Nick Henry. Nick Henry with the puck between his legs, now reaching back forward and got it around into the corner. Chased down by Kevin Delaney. Tried to flip it out, but it's kept in by Lidke. Tries to bank it off the half wall and taken out by Delaney, the senior. Goes rink wide to Liam Malmquist in the corner, tracked down there by Mason Nevers in our first whistle with 15:44 to go. It is virtually standing room only here, with fans lining the railings almost 360 degrees around this rink. The bleachers are packed. A lot of students here from Minnetonka and Edina. It's a great atmosphere here at Pago Ice Center. Offensive zone draw for Edina. An offensive juggernaut as usual, 5.2 goals per game. There it's kept in by Vorlicke at the point. He gives it away to Mason Hendrickson, son of Darby Hendrickson, the Minnesota Wild great. Here's Jet Jungles bringing it across the blue line. Jungles, the Northern Michigan commit, gives that one away to James Miller. Minnetonka, the defending state champions, of course, defeating Duluth East in the title game last year in Sean Goldsworthy's first season as coach. At the point, Vorlicke goes left side, and a shot on Glockner, save and a rebound. That was Nick Williams. It's followed up, score! Vorlicki from the right wing side. It's 1-0 Hornets, less than 2 minutes in. The Wisconsin commit buries it at the 1:57 mark. On the rebound, Vorlicki, his third of the year. And Edina strikes first to silence this partial Skippers crowd. And Edina's coming off a loss against Hill Murray. They trailed by 2 goals after the first period. No such slow start here as the Bishop shot is gloved by Glockner, who gives up a rare goal. Has a 1.23 goals against average and 94% save percentage on the year. 3 shutouts to his name. He doesn't give up many, but he gives one up there to Edina. Now, Edina, despite losing 2 out of 3 against the Skippers last year, they did get 1 win, and it was a convincing win, an 8-2 victory at Braemar Arena. So they had the Skippers number on that night. Will they again here tonight? Still very early in this first period, 1-0. Saucered in on Glockner, and he knocks that one down. The shot coming all the way from center. Moved ahead to Patrick Wires, who got dumped in the corner by Jake Boltman, the junior and Minnesota commit. Kept in the Edina end. That's shuffled out in front, kicked aside by Brett Chorsky. He's also got some NHL blood in his veins. His father, Tom Chorsky, who played 11 years. It's iced by Edina with 14:07 to go in the first period. Edina, many considered to be the cream of the crop last year going into that state tournament, but they lost to Duluth East in the semifinal. And then Minnetonka took down Duluth East in the final. But Edina actually playing their first late conference game. Minnetonka has 1 under their belt. And they save these conference games for the very end of the season. Small conference, of course, just 4 teams. These 2, along with Eden Prairie, Hopkins, NY-Zeta, and they lump all the conference tilts together at the end. Pushed across the blue line by Chorsky. Met there by Will Kroll, who grabs it for the Skippers. Kroll to the corner along with Chorsky. There's Kroll against the half boards. In the Skippers' end, it is chipped out by Hendrickson and out of play with 13:55 to go in the first period. The Hornets with 2 losses on the season, going down against Chaska in a neutral site tournament game and then losing last time out against Hill Murray, despite outshooting the Pioneers 31-17. No losses this year for Minnetonka. 1 tie against Hermantown on the road 3 games ago. And they have had an unbelievably brutal stretch. Another whistle. They took on Duluth East, White Bear Lake, Hermantown, Eden Prairie, and Andover in succession. Tack on Benilde St. Margaret's there as well, and you've got 6 consecutive games against ranked teams, whether it was AA or single A, and it was the single A team Hermantown that prevented them from winning their first time this year. Another puck out of play, and a disjointed start here after the goal. 13:18 to go in the first period. Left circle draw with Jet Jungles going up against Jack Bayless. There's a Vorlicki shot by a screen of Jungles, and it goes to the left half wall. Picked up there by Doctor. Doctor goes over to A.J. Kittleson on the left wing side. He'll bank it forward to Griffin Streeter. Streeter, near sideboard, shuffled along by Lidke, intercepted by Mason Nevers. Pass across for Jungles. Encountered there by Grant Doctor. Loose in front off of Lidke, and the Skippers the other way. Turned right back over, and a chance in front, and a save by Glockner. Liam Malmquist had the bid, and some fisticuffs in front. Expect a physical game tonight. Jet Jungles pressing the issue there with Doctor, and the teams will change. Edina retooling as usual. They lost a ton of talent from last year's team. Ben Brinkman to the U. Sammy Walker, Mr. Hockey, going to the U of M. But here they are once again with a fresh crop of D1 talent. That's dumped deep by the Skippers. Icing from Wires. And Edina will have an offensive zone draw once again. The Hornets outshoot teams on average 37-21, the same margin as the Skippers. Cole Kavanaugh in on the draw, going against Braden Lacombe. Around the boards it goes. Edina trying to keep the zone. Jackson Borst goes behind. Now around to Jake Boltman. Pressed in deeper where Duke Kiffin chases after it for the Skippers. Move to Dylan Zitzloff. Zitzloff turns it over to Brady Clemenson. Behind the cage it goes. That's swatted out. And then retained by Reiners at the point. Puck will skip past the blue line towards center. Backhanded in by Grant Morton, who will chase after it as his teammates change behind him. 11:55 to go in the first period. 1-0 Edina as a pass to the point gets by Boltman. Boltman, the football star as well, moves that one up to the blue line. Peter Colby out in front, deflected by Glockner. In the corner, Colby. To the point it goes Bishop. This deep Edina team will go 3 lines, 3 pairings deep, pretty willingly. Minnetonka, great depth as well. A pass to the middle for Mason Hendrickson. That gets lost, and Edina really controlling the pace of the first 6 minutes in this first period. Minnetonka moving into the zone. Hendrickson centering, and fanning on the attempt was Hunter Newhouse, who has 12 goals on the season. Minnetonka, balanced scoring attack. Lagerbach, Streeter, and Newhouse all with a dozen goals. And 1/3 of that triumvirate is out tonight in Lagerbach, the junior who's headed to Arizona State. Offensive zone draw for Minnetonka. Skippers averaging 4.8 goals per game this year, 86 goals scored. On a 2-game winning streak after that tie. Played in negative 25-degree temperatures outdoors against Andover. Hockey Day, Minnesota, their last game. They've scored! Grant Doctor snuck one through Loudon Hogue, and it's 1-1. And Doctor comes to the bench smiling. He knows that one not usually given up by Hogue, the sophomore goalie. And we are all even. So a pair of defensemen get the early goals. Doctor got it through Hogue somehow. And it's 1-1. Brought in by Streeter. Off the drop of the puck at center. And now the Hornets back the other way. So Minnetonka, despite giving up a lot of chances in the first 6+ minutes, they get that goal back. Grant Doctor headed to Michigan Tech. Had a hat trick against Eden Prairie 2 games ago. He's now scored 6 goals in 3 games plus a period. Had one against Andover on Hockey Day. His tally comes at the 6:07 mark of the first. Neutral zone faceoff. Mac Motzko, the son of Bob Motzko, the new Gophers coach. On the ice right now, number 18. Gives one up to Mason Nevers, who's headed to Minnesota to play for Bob. Into the corner, an icing, and another stoppage here in the opening half of the first period. And they'll go down by Glockner. Glad you're with us here on Youth Hockey Hub. We are presented by FVP. FVP has a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil. A shot on Glockner. He saves. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze, stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. At the point, Mason Reiner's shot goes behind in a shallow angle attempt by Malmquist to follow up along with Jungles, and Glockner cut off the angle. Toward the point, got past Reiners, and here comes Lacombe the other way. Into the corner, challenges Boltman. Pressed along by Mac Motzko, the junior. Far half wall, Jet Jungles, the senior, plays it out to center. Pressed back in by James Miller, the junior. 9:35 to go, first period. Mason Reiners up the rink to Jungles. Speeding ahead with it is Malmquist. Stops top of the circle, and he tried to hit Nevers for the one-time deflection. Skippers from right to left. Here they come with Hendrickson. Hendrickson trying to get around Boltman. He manages to get it to Newhouse. The sophomore Newhouse looking back for the point where it's grabbed by Nevers. Mason Nevers has it shuffled along by Malmquist to prevent the icing, and the Skippers will possess James Miller. Miller, part of that second defensive pairing, got it the length of the ice down for Mike Vorlicki. Vorlicki goes off the skates of Peter Colby. Down towards Zitzlaff for Minnetonka. Around to Duke Kiffin. Kiffin looks up ice, now slams on the brakes and circles back. Peter Colby all over him. Kiffin zigzagging behind Glockner. Goes around to Zitzlaff. Banks it off the neutral boards. It is dumped in. Glockner touches and settles. And Zitzlaff up ice. Goes to Jack Bayless, the UMass Lowell commit. He pulls up at the point. Nice pass to Kiffin, and the shot steers off into the corner. A.J. Kittleson emerges, goes to Bayless. That top forward line out for the Skippers. There's a rebound allowed by Hogue, and he dives on it with 8:04 to go in the first. Wasn't going to let another one sneak by. He kept that one in front. And Minnetonka will have an offensive zone draw. Jack Bayless will be in on the draw against Brett Chorsky. Chorsky wins it back to Jake Boltman. All the way around to neutral, played by Michael Shoemaker. Goes left side with it. Kevin Delaney. Contested there by Will Kroll. Back for the point for Boltman. Boltman shot blocked. Nicely done by Griffin Streeter to get that one out to center. Diving it right back in. Past Delaney, controlled by Will Kroll. Past the halfway mark of the first frame, 1-1. Goals by Vorlicki and Doctor. And this is James Miller across the blue line. Miller got contacted there. Mason Reiners, the other number 21, takes it for Edina. Flings it out towards center. Trying to go tape to tape there is Nevers, and Nevers turns it over to Motzko. Motzko across the blue line, 1-on-2. Delaney picks it up and dumps it in past Lidke. Glockner plays it behind his net. Now Grant Doctor, the senior, over to Lidke. Edina being really aggressive here in the corners. They're not going to let Minnetonka bring that puck up the ice unharassed. Now here comes Lacombe. The junior Lacombe shovels it off for Wires. He swiftly gets to it in the corner. Wires has it touched along, loose out front. Lacombe unable to get a shot off. Jet Jungles gives away to Lacombe, who falls down on the dot. And now Edina the other way. Gunnar Johnson. Liam Malmquist shovels it in deep. Edina led by Jet Jungles in goals with 15. They've got a number of double-figure goal scorers. And there's a shot by Liam Malmquist, who's got 14 on the year. Hit off the end boards. Skippers countering out to center. That evades Patrick Wires, but it floats along the end boards with about 6 minutes to go in the first. 1-1 our score here on Youth Hockey Hub. Outlet pass. Got all the way through Borst, who chases it down and centered to nobody in particular. Nick Henry after it for the Skippers. Grab by Cole Kavanaugh. Around to Charlie Glockner. Far boards, Nick Henry. Out to center. Here come the Skippers the other way with Hendrickson. Hendrickson turns it over to Mike Vorlicki, who scored the opening goal less than 2 minutes in. Minnetonka tied about 5 minutes later. Glockner covers up with 5:32 on the clock. Charlie Glockner, their primary goalie of choice last year as well, with 14 wins. And he's about cut his goals against average in half this year, from 2.6 to 1.23. Glockner made 26 saves against Andover in the Hockey Day Minnesota victory in Bemidji. Kiffin, the outlet to Kittleson. who has 7 tallies on the year. Grabbed by Jake Boltman. Around the boards, shoved down is Grant Morton as the Skippers try to control the zone. It's been back and forth the last few minutes, not much zone time. Some sloppy play as well, but also some physical play. The defense is doing a nice job on both ends to prevent any real establishment of the offensive zones. Chipped in toward Kittleson, and he'll control, has Bayless behind him, who goes to the corner to get it. Goes to the point for Kiffin. Down low, Jack Bayless. Kittleson. Remember, they had to reshuffle that top line. Bayless and Kittleson trying to find that chemistry. That's looped around toward Kroll. At the point, Kroll brings it down, takes control around the dot. Shallow angle, centers Kittleson. Tried to get a shot off, and he was shouldered off the puck by Reiners. Flung ahead, and it was off of Colby. The puck will re-enter the Edina defensive zone with 4:29 to go in the first. 1-1. Minnetonka from Section 2 AA, Edina from Section 6. They were seemingly destined to be on the crash course to play each other in last year's title game. Did not happen. Minnetonka got their first championship. Edina's got a dozen. There's Doctor. Ahead to Jet Lee Swift. Logging some playing time here for the Skippers. Along the half boards, Swift down low. There's a board battle in the corner involving Chorsky. Chorsky pressed in there with Lacombe coming to help. Taken away by Motzko. Back to Lacombe. Up against the end glass. Again, it's Chorsky who's keeping him there. Flicked ahead by Delaney. Trying to find Shoemaker. Blasted in by the Skippers. Off the back of the netting. 3:40 to go in the first frame. Out comes Vorlicki, who scored his 3rd of the year in the first period and shoots again. Saved by Glockner. Delaney. And a puck out of play. Might have a couple thousand folks here tonight at Pagel Ice Arena. Hey folks, Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. Splash. Big thanks to our fine partners on a great night for hockey. It's Hockey Night in Minnesota. Here on Youth Hockey Hub, youthhockeyhub.com. Lidke retreating in his own end, going over to Grant Doctor. Back to Lidke, goes right wing side, Nick Henry. Touted across by Newhouse, and then dropped for Boltman. Here comes Liam Malmquist. He jets the other way. Malmquist moves in. Relatively easy cover up by Glockner, who cut off the near post. Offensive zone draw for the Hornets. 3:05 to go in the first. Hornets were unbeaten until they played Chaska in a holiday tournament. They lost a 3-0 lead in that game. And they rattled off 4 in a row, outscoring opponents 22-3 in the process before losing against Hill Murray, currently ranked 9th in the state. Brought up by Bayless, and he got tripped up through the circle. James Miller back to get it for Minnetonka. Griffin Streeter at center. Streeter gets dumped against the sideboards, I should say. There's Jet Jungles trying to exit the zone. Shot from the point by Kroll. Save made by Hogue. And down it goes. Will Kroll dropping it over for James Miller. A.J. Kittleson moves ahead to Bayless. Trying to bust a move there on Vorlicki, who cancels it out. Looking for Jungles. Taps it back to the middle for Mason Nevers. Loose puck behind the blue line. Dumped in by Nick Williams. The other way, Josh Lidke, the Denver commit. Lacombe tries to pump the brakes, top of the circle. Here's Lidke shooting off of Nick Williams. Nice block by the defenseman. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first. Puck free out in front. Now turning with it. Getting it back is Motzko. A shot in traffic and a loose puck. Hogue covers up. 1:43 on the clock. been a penalty-free first period. These teams will meet again on February 9th. Maybe you can hear some of the chants coming from the Minnetonka students. They're a lively bunch tonight against their bitter rival. Quick turning shot, and again, Hogue can't grab it on the first try, but quickly pounces. Both of these goalkeepers have gotten most of the minutes. For Glockner, it's pretty much been the entire season, virtually every minute. Only one period given to Josh Brown, their backup goalie. Edina's given 3 games to Jack Wolf, their backup goalie, a senior. But the sophomore, Loudon Hogue, taking the reins of the goalie position this year, replacing Garrett Mackay. Minute 20 to go in the first. 1-1 score. Grant Doctor backpedals to get it, goes over to Lidke. And these two work really well together. Hunter Newhouse off to Nick Henry. Flips it to the middle. Tries to hit a floating puck that was batted out by a Hornet. Now kept in the zone, but nobody on the other point as Lidke had to drift back. Doctor did manage to get it in deep. Taken by Reiners. That goes the length of the ice. And another whistle with 52 seconds on the first period clock. Game number 19 for Minnetonka out of 26, and for Edina, it's game number 17. Kurt Giles, their coach, in his 20th season, 416 career coaching wins. Nick Williams around to Liam Malmquist, given away to Miller. Lobs it in, tracked down by Vorlicki. Malmquist shovels it most of the way down the ice, but no icing there. Played by Miller. And Miller behind Glockner, outletted toward Kittleson. Kittleson to Bayless. Left wing, steal by Vorlicki. Twisted past Miller, and again into the corner. James Miller with 15 seconds to go in the first. A turnover to Jungles out in front, and it wasn't controlled cleanly. Liam Malmquist was the man in front, and here are the Skippers. And a chance by Streeter with 7 seconds left. Hogue making the save. Griffin Streeter didn't play significant varsity time last year. He's one of their leading scorers with 12. Same with Hunter Newhouse, a sophomore. So not only do they have a good senior leadership, but from the younger grades as well. Here's Lidke turning toward the net with 2 seconds on the clock, and they do not get a shot on goal. 1-1, our score after one intermission. It was Vorlicki at the 1:57 mark, his 3rd of the year, and Grant Doctor at the 6:07 mark, his 9th of the year, to get the score tied at 1 through 17 minutes here on Youth Hockey Hub.
Splash, splash, apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. When your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow, just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, 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 apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash.
You know what works? FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works? FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP, reach for what works. You know what?
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by FVP Parts on youthhockeyhub.com. Hey, make sure to follow us on Twitter at youthhockeyhub. Plenty of highlights being churned out there from this game and many other games throughout the hockey season. If you missed the first period highlight recap is there at Youth Hockey Hub on Twitter. Make sure to check that out. Also, on the website, you can check out our 10 Minutes with Tony videos. Tony Scott, one of the great hockey minds in this area, breaks down boys and girls hockey on youthhockeyhub.com. It's 1-1 here. Edina and Minnetonka, the number 1 Skippers and the number 3 Hornets. To reset the scene for you, it was Mike Vorlicki at the 1:57 mark of the first, the defenseman scoring his 3rd goal of the year. Then it was Minnetonka answering with Grant Doctor, his 9th of the year, assisted by Jack Bayless. And that tied it up at 1. And from then on, it was a bit sloppy, a bit uneven. Neither team with a distinct advantage in the final 11 minutes of play. Defenses a little in front of the offenses for the duration of that first period. So a level score. Minnetonka 7-0 this year when tied after one period. Edina 2-0-1 when tied after a period of play. And Edina now attacking from right to left here on the road. That is shoveled in and chased after by Mason Nevers. Nevers flops one back out to neutral. And Bayless to Kittleson, who couldn't catch up to it, knocked away by Mason Reiners. Nevers brings it across the blue line, fires to Jungles in the slot, directs it over to Reiners. Puck pops high in the air. Josh Lidke races to it, kept in the zone by Jungles, who fired one wide from the high slot. Boltman had it blocked and a potential breakaway for A.J. Kittleson. He glides in, Kittleson, softly on Hogue, who kicks it aside. Vorlicki has the icing waved off as Edina hustles to change. Minnetonka won 15 straight to begin the season, then tied Hermantown and now has won 2 in a row over Eden Prairie and Andover on a Hockey Day, Minnesota. There's an icing with 15:47 to go in the middle period. That goal scored by Vorlicki back in the first. It was his first goal in 11 games. For Doctor, who scored for Minnetonka, it was his 4th straight game with a goal. He also had a hat trick against the Eden Prairie Eagles. Shot from the point by Vorlicki. Was moved aside. Here is James Miller in his own end. Skippers score 4.8 goals per game, 86 scored on the season. 3 more than Edina total, but Edina has also played 2 fewer games. Here's Glockner ranging it around, kept in at the point. Here's Vorlicki moving toward the net, and he missiles one on Glockner, who knocks that one down and holds on. 15:15 to go in the first. Minnetonka, 27-game winner last year. Edina, 28 wins. Minnetonka, the state champion. It's been a 4-year title drought for Edina, their last championship in 2014. As good as they've been the last 2 decades, only 3 championships in that time. Only 3, which sounds funny to say. There's a save by Glockner on a puck that was floating up toward him. Even on that frigid hockey day last Saturday, Goldsworthy said that they were sticking with Glockner the whole way. Very adverse conditions that day. Fortunately, it wasn't too windy. It was pretty calm, but actual temperature began around -25, -20 in Bemidji. There's Edina with the puck at center, given away to Dylan Zitzloff. That's pressed in by the Hornets' Drew Bishop, who has it across the blue line. Bishop had his shot ramp off the stick of Dylan Zitzloff. To the corner for Brady Clemenson. Clemenson marked by Zitzloff. Got it free to Mac Motzko. Up it goes to Lacombe. Lacombe, nice piece of stick handling. moved around. Grant Morton got it into the corner, now along the end boards. In a board battle behind Hogue. Puck chips free. Lacombe with a shot from a shallow angle. Knocked down Lacombe again on Hogue, who blocked it with the body. Now Wires roving around the cage. Flipped over to the near side, and Edina takes it back the other way with Liam Malmquist. Malmquist all alone, circling in, drop pass, and Malmquist on the back door. Couldn't receive the feed from Nevers. Zip pass ahead to Bayless. He handles it nicely, looks for Kittleson, but the puck deflects behind him. And now it's Malmquist. Fast-paced hockey here in the opening minutes of the second period. Edina trying to break this score open in a 1-1 game. The pass for Vorlicki evades him, tries to keep at the point and can't. It's knocked out by A.J. Kittleson. Grant Doctor weaving his way across center, 3-on-2 at the blue line. Slap shot from distance from Griffin Streeter. That is flexed aside by Hogue. Now goes behind him where Vorlicki picks it up, looking for the outlet. Ahead to Liam Malmquist. Here comes the senior Malmquist on Glockner, who covers up with 13:07 to go in the second. You can see that one developing with Malmquist lingering back near center. Great pass to him, and he handled it beautifully. Good job by Glockner as well. Edina outshot Minnetonka 10-7 in the opening period. And they're adding to that total here in the second. They also were the much better team in the opening minutes of the first. And here they go again. There's a chance from Delaney. Backhand. Hit off of Glockner, goes wide. Delaney just couldn't get the shot off when he had the best angle. Now Boltman's shot deflected, goes to Brett Chorsky, and his backhand was steered into the corner. Kept in once again, though, by Reiners as the Hornets are keeping the pressure on. Delaney with a dozen goals on the year, spins it back off the back of the cage by Morton. Morton chases after it, got it loose to Delaney. Now intercepted by Nick Henry for the Skippers, and he gears up the attack the other way. Oh, and they dumped an official at center. There's Delaney into the zone. His pass is caught by Will Kroll. Hendrickson trying to clear. The puck knuckles in front of the Edina bench and lands softly for a Skipper to pick it up. There's Nick Henry firing one in deep. Did so legally, no icing. Played by Luke Rugemer. That's moved forward where Zitzloff takes it away. Trying to pass for Wires. It evades him. Boltman takes it for the Hornets. 11:50 to go in the second period. 1-1 still to score. And Edina's offside at the blue line. We mentioned, folks, that we're presented by FVP Parts. FVP has a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze, stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. Approaching the halfway point of this game. Low scoring thus far. In the 3 games they played last year, scored 7, 8, and 10 combined goals in those 3 games. Just 2 so far in this one through about 23 minutes of hockey. Patrick Wires lost the puck going to center, and it goes all the way down for Glockner as the Hornets get fresh legs on the ice. Glockner out to Zitzloff, to Lacombe. Dangled it behind him where Motzko picked it up. Duke Kiffin to Zitzloff, the junior. Skippers with a heftier junior class than senior class, 11 11th graders and 9 seniors. Mac Motzko, who transferred from St. Cloud Cathedral with a nice feed. Lacombe gives the Skippers the lead. And they mob him against the corner boards. Braden Lacombe, his 5th of the season from Motzko, and it's 2-1 Tonka. They scored with 10:53 to go in the first period, and now they score with 10:52 to go in the second period. 2 unanswered for the number 1 team in the state, and Minnetonka with their first advantage of the game. It was a great pass by Motzko, who picks up assist number 4. The two juniors connecting as Lacombe scores for the second consecutive game. He had one against Andover as well. Now spinning behind the net is Streeter. Bayless couldn't find it in the corner. Chorsky grabbed it for Edina. Flopped into the corner, pursued by Morton. And Doctor lost his stick on account of Morton, and the first penalty of the game's been called, almost certainly going against Grant Morton. Morton to the box, asking the official what he did wrong. It's a slash. And Minnetonka to the power play. Minnetonka with 15 power play goals on the year, 31% on the man advantage. The Hornets, 86% on the kill. They've surrendered 8 and scored 3 shorthanded goals. Kittleson over to Streeter. Streeter behind the net. Our first power play of the game goes to Minnetonka, and it's Doctor on the ice. Going back to Bayless. Down low, Streeter. Here's Doctor. In the short corner, there's Streeter. Rims it around for Lidke. Up top, Doctor, high slot. Dribbles the puck, goes right dot with it. Here's Bayless down low. Streeter couldn't handle it. He'll have to circle back. 35 seconds gone in the power play. Here's Doctor, fires one from the point, and a save by Hogue. Doctor opened the scoring for Minnetonka as he snuck one through Hogue. Hogue's now allowed 2. He had 14 saves in that last loss against Hill Murray. Here's Streeter as Chorsky is without a stick. So they've got just 3 players with sticks on the ice. It's Bayless shooting high and wide to the right. Lidke to Doctor. They switch places. Doctor to left point, back to Lidke. Moves it right side, one-timer, Bayless, and Kittleson couldn't get the swat out in front all the way down on Glockner. We're down to 53 seconds remaining on the power play, and Minnetonka will get a restart as Edina changes. Nice pass to Lidke, who's got speed. Lidke in on Hogue, and Boltman surrendered his stick in the process, but made sure the puck got away. There's Henry in the corner. Lidke up top. Rim of the circle, Doctor. 26 seconds to go in the power play. It's Doctor. They tee him up. He goes Lidke. Doctor again. Doctor, the pivot man. Over to Bayless from the dot, and he sails one high. Lidke keeps it in. 12 seconds left in the power play. Left circle now, Henry. Lidke. And Lidke again back to Doctor. 5 seconds on the man advantage. Wants to get a shot off, does. Rebound surrendered by Hogue, who dives on it. As Hendrickson, I believe, was the one who couldn't get the backhand off cleanly, and he is hurt. I believe it's Mason Hendrickson in front, who's down on all 4s right now and in some pain. May have taken a body, as the net front presence usually does in those situations. I have to go back and watch that one again to really see what happened, but Hendrickson, at first I thought he was just frustrated, but no, he was shaken up a bit. Hendrickson will get off the ice. We'll watch for number 7 to see if he comes back on. First power play of the game fruitless for Minnetonka. The senior Hendrickson gingerly getting off the ice. So an offensive zone draw for the Skippers. Edina wins it. They're at even strength, and Nick Williams sends it the length of the ice. No icing, though, a touch by James Miller. Under 8 minutes to go in the middle period. James Miller had it caught up in his pads, now drops it and moves it out. Right back in from Nick Williams, icing. Williams was well behind center. 7:47 to go in the second. Another reminder, folks, we're presented by Splash. Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. We're going to be icy here for a while if the forecast is true. Negative temps throughout the next week to 10 days. So it's actually a great place to come to warm up, the local ice rink. That's dumped in by Edina, no icing that time. Glockner there to get it, a little dangerously with Rugemer next to him. Minnetonka got it out cleanly. There's Reiner firing to Clemenson. Clemenson interrupted by James Miller. Clemenson to the corner, looking behind for Colby, and it's picked up by Lacombe, who just scored the go-ahead goal. Lacombe touts the puck forward to Mac Motzko, right wing Patrick Wires across the blue line. Wires runs into Boltman in the corner. Sent along, but kept in by Minnetonka's Dylan Zitzloff, and the puck out of play now with 6:50 on the clock. Minnetonka leading now, and that's important because the Skippers have not trailed at the end of a period at any point this season. They've been tied, they've been ahead, they've never been behind when a period was done. That is an amazing stretch of hockey now into their 19th game. And another icing called against Edina. Minnetonka, until last year, was sort of in that middle ground. They'd won 14 games, 19 games, 15 games. Hadn't been able to get to the state tournament in a while. 2010 was their previous appearance before winning the title last year. Going for the back-to-back for the first time since Edina did it in 2013 and 14. These teams play some brutally tough schedules too. They ready themselves for tournament time. And this could very well be a tournament preview as well. That's the beauty of having them in different sections. Here's Vorlicki gaining the zone for Edina. Williams the shot. There's a deflection wide from Mason Nevers. Nevers, the Minnesota commit, goes to the corner. Grant Doctor loops it. To the near side, Griffin Streeter got it down the ice for a Minnetonka icing with 6:10 on the clock. So how does the Minnetonka lead change the style of play? Defensively, Minnetonka a little bit tighter in terms of goals allowed this year, 22. Now 23 if you include Edina's goal. Hornets have given up 32 on the season. A little less than 2 per game. Puck got kicked around to Nick Henry, who brought it out to neutral and right back into the skipper's end. That skips off a stick on the feed by Newhouse. Kevin Delaney. Taken by Kroll, grabbed by Nick Williams, the sophomore, already committed to be a Gopher. James Miller, outlet to Hendrickson, who's back on the ice after that apparent injury in front of the net. Nearly had an offside there. Vorlicki hunts it down for the Hornets. Vorlicki, head on a swivel, goes up to Morton. Morton to Chorsky in the middle, and his bid got canceled out by the Skippers. Down to Vorlicki. Drew Bishop, the senior, looking left wing, icing with 5:19 on the second period clock. Edina students trying to invigorate the Hornets right now, who are scoreless in the frame. If the Hornets are still down at the second intermission, we may have to go back and find the last time they lost consecutive games. Again, coming off a 3-2 defeat against Hill Murray. They played a back-to-back with Hill Murray, beating them 3-0 in the first game, but then dropping 3-2 at home. Edina 6-1-1 away from home. This is just their 4th true road game of the year, however. Edina trying to gain the zone. Motzko got it out to Lacombe. Pass goes behind Jet Li Swift. Pumped in by the Hornets. With 4:45 on the second period clock, here's Motzko to Lacombe. They're outnumbered going into the zone. Lacombe will chip it in. Tracked down by Gunnar Johnson. Around to Rugemer. Rugemer's 1-on-2, waiting for reinforcements. Sends it in on Glockner as the Hornets change, and now the Skippers trying to catch the Hornets in a change. There's Lacombe going down low to Motzko. They've got Jet Li Swift there as well. Kept in Lidke. Lidke and Doctor logging big minutes here in this game. Jungles with it for Edina. He's got 15 goals, 15 assists on the year. Into the corner it goes for Lidke. Lidke got tripped up in a penalty. It's our second one of the game, second one against Edina. And the Skippers back on the power play. It is Mason Nevers, the guilty party. I believe it was a trip. Minnetonka 0 for 1 on the man advantage, but they got some good zone time. 4:02 to go in the second. And they win the draw. Doctor and Lidke still out there. There's Streeter, part of the unit, with Kittleson and Bayless right now. Kittleson, the man in front, down low. Streeter on the back door, Lidke. They couldn't click, and Doctor will have to chase it down in his own end. Nice passing, though, by the Skippers. They've got a really smart setup with Lidke and Doctor, the stabilizers up top. Bayless, clean zone entry. That was pretty easily done. Here's Doctor, has a lane, makes a move. Doctor dangles and looks for Bayless on the left side. Good clearance effort by Chorsky. Dad would be proud of that effort. Here's Bayless. Across the blue line, Bayless moves to the corner. Has Kittleson there. Shoveled back to the left point, now right side, Doctor. Halfway through the power play, 3 minutes to go in the period. Bayless on the half wall, over toward Doctor. Plays catch with Bayless, shoots one into Boltman, and he clears. Well done by Jake Boltman. Doctor slingshots around his net. There's a turnover. Jungles couldn't get the shot off. Good aggressive play by Jet Jungles. That kills some valuable time as Will Kroll now hands off to Doctor, who avoids Colby that time. We're down to 27 seconds on the power play. That's in the shorts of Kroll. It's just amazing how that happens. I mean, that was a laser that somehow found its way. I don't know how it manages to stay there, but just got caught up. With 2:24 to go in the period, we're down to 23 seconds on the power play. Jungles, on the draw, lays a check. Here's Kroll along the boards to Henry. Moved ahead. Newhouse. Henry, shot wide. Deflects off the corner boards towards James Miller, but a clearance by Colby, and that'll do it for the power play. Still 2 seconds on it. And Edina now at even strength. They'll get a fifth man on the ice. Here's Henry shooting wide again past Hogue. Along the half wall. Final 2 minutes of play here in the middle period. The lone goal's gone to Minnetonka here in this frame. Henry trying to split Hornets. Morton grabbed it, gave it to Williams. Up ahead for Chorsky. 2-on-2. Chorsky with Delaney. Stripped by Miller. Into the corner they go. Morton helping out along with Chorsky. It's Kroll trying to get it for the Skippers. Now Chorsky, centering pass for Delaney. Goes up top to Vorlicki. Chorsky now, high slot. Vorlicki, right wing side, looking back door for Morton, picked off. Here's Kroll the other way. Kroll tried to get past Williams and allows the Skippers to change with 1:07 to go in the period. Moving in Wires. Given up to Chorsky and back to center. Grant Doctor with his partner Lidke on defense. Doctor. Newhouse, the sophomore, moves into the zone. Quickly not cleared. It's Doctor who kept it in and whistled one wide. That was an amazing catch at the blue line. Edina looking to counter the other way. Final seconds of the second. It's Nevers swinging wide. 27 seconds on the clock. He got checked by Mac Matsko. At the point kept in Boltman. Shoveled one in deep for Nevers, who centers, goes all the way to Boltman. Boltman from the point, blasted one wide, grabbed by Jungles. He shoots one into traffic. Got caught up in Glockner, who knocked it down. Still, the Hornets have 5 seconds in the zone. Shot from the point, sails high. 2 seconds, 1. And the buzzer sounds on Edina. A little flurry to end the second, but they can't get it past Glockner. Lacombe with the lone goal of the period, and the Skippers take a 2-1 lead into the third. Second intermission time here on youthhockeyhub.com. Stay with us.
FVP Auto Parts work. Trusted, tested, selected. You know what works. FVP Stay Tuned works. Engine buildup doesn't stand a chance. FVP, reach for what works.
Splash, apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. When your windshield's full of grime, bugs, dirt, and snow, just use a little splash and be safe on the road. Splash, 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 apply a little splash. When your windshield's getting dirty, just apply a little splash. See safely on the road when you apply a little splash.
1 period to go at Pagel Ice Arena in Minnetonka. 2-1 Skippers on Youth Hockey Hub. Hey, make sure to check out youthhockeyhub.com. We've got 2 podcasts on the website. Tony, Carl, and Danny break down the boys' side, with Peter and Todd breaking down the girls. They do a great job. We're youthhockeyhub.com podcast content. Also follow on Twitter at youthhockeyhub. If you missed any of the content, the highlights from the first 2 periods, get the highlight packages there at Youth Hockey Hub on Twitter. It's Hockey Night in Minnesota presented by FVP Parts on YHH. And it's been a good one. Minnetonka 2, Edina 1. Edina out shooting Minnetonka 17-16, but down by 1 on the scoreboard where it matters. Scoring summary for you. Mike Vorlicki got it started for Edina in the first 2 minutes, but they haven't scored since. And Minnetonka's added 2 goals from Grant Doctor and Braden Lacombe to take a 2-1 lead heading into the third. Minnetonka, when leading after 2, 14-0-1. Their lone slip-up in their tie against Hermantown when they were up 3-1 after the second period and gave up 2 unanswered. Edina 0-1-1 when trailing after 2 periods, including their last game against Hill Murray, and in the second game of the year they tied Maple Grove after trailing 3-2 following the second period. The last time Edina lost consecutive games was January 19th and 21st of 2017, 2 years ago. It was a long delay during the second intermission, and it continues to delay, and this time I'm not sure what's leading to it. The Zamboni broke down, and with multiple attempts at fixing, several false starts, they brought in the backup Zamboni. We're going on about a 25-minute, if not longer, second intermission. Unclear who that benefits, if anybody. That's a long time, though, to cool down in the locker room. And you sort of lose that lather. So it'll almost be like restarting. They've had such a long cool down period. And now they're just circling around. Not sure if we're missing an official or what. Trying to communicate here what's happening. It looks like the remnants of the Zamboni have created some ice issues. They're making an announcement here. Can't really make it out, but it's now going on almost a half hour between periods. Let's take a look at the top 10 in the state of Minnesota, though. YHH staff rankings, I should say. They've got Minnetonka at number 1, Andover number 2, Edina 3rd, Blaine 4th, Maple Grove 5th. And if you continue on with the top 10 in the AP poll, it's White Bear Lake 6th, St. Thomas Academy 7th, Eden Prairie 8th, Hill Murray 9th, and Benilde St. Margaret's 10th. The delay continues. They've got standing water over in front of Glockner. The ice got half cleaned, and then the Zamboni broke down, and then they brought out another one. So there's different levels of moisture on the ice. And it could make for an interesting third period here in terms of surface. And it's really taken the wind out of the sails of this capacity crowd. It is literally standing room only with fans almost 2 deep ringing around the entire facility. Nearly every seat in the bleachers is filled. Try to get some score updates for you here while we wait. Looks like we've got a score from Blaine and Andover, 6-1 there with the Huskies on top. In girls hockey, it's Benilde over Wayzata, 5-2. Other games tonight in the Lake Conference, Rochester Lords at Hopkins, Wayzata at Blake. Now I think we're ready for hockey here. Third period about to get underway here at Pagel. Sam Ekstrom with you, Prep Spotlight, youthhockeyhub.com. And there's Jet Jungles at neutral. Giving up to Edina. And here's Nevers at center. Nevers dumps one in, down toward Glockner. Glockner rims it around. Taken there by Reiners, fires it in. This is the end that Edina scored at back in the first period. There's a giveaway. And a chance for Malmquist denied as he lost the puck at the last second. Minnetonka brings it into the offensive zone. Lidke stops on a dime and fires on Loudon. Hogue, who makes that save. Hogue, 10-2-1 record on the season, 2-1-3 goals against average, 90% save percentage. And they've given him a lot of responsibility this year as a 10th grader. That's the 17th shot on goal for Minnetonka this game. They averaged 37. Both these teams on pace for a total below their offensive average. Edina trying to knot the game up. Minnetonka trying to take a cushioned 2-goal lead. Chorsky flips it toward Colby, left side. Chorsky grabs it. They'll have to touch up, though, with the delayed offside. Glockner gives it on back for Kroll. Kroll dumps Colby behind the net. Moved out through center ice and potentially a 2-on-1. Cross-ice pass for Mason Hendrickson from Newhouse. Hendrickson taken down in the corner, helped out by Newhouse. Chorsky and Williams there as well. Williams glides to it. 15:30 to go in the hockey game. Chorsky out right side. There's Delaney. Give it up to Newhouse. And he'll spin it back into his own end. Newhouse at the blue line. Runs parallel, along with it and got checked. Vorlicki to center. Vorlicki with some pace. Moves to the goal line extended. Centers in front. And unable to pull the trigger on the backhand was Grant Morton. Flung off the glove of Duke Kiffin. He navigates to the corner, tries to pick up the puck. Kept in by Morton there in the corner. Morton turned his back and had Kiffin take it away. He'll move it out to center and bank it ahead where Mac Motzko has it. He assisted on the go-ahead goal. Motzko in the corner. And we're going to have, I believe, a Minnetonka penalty. And it would be their first of the night. It's Motzko. He goes to the box for the takedown, and Edina gets to showcase its power play for the first time. They're 25% of the man advantage this year, 12 power play goals. The Skippers have allowed just 4, and they have 3 shorthanded goals, so they're only -1 on the special teams as Glockner makes a great save on Mason Nevers. Along the half wall, it is out past Vorlicki. Minute 40 to go on the power play. Mason Nevers has 3 power play goals to lead the team. A number of players have 2. Passed up toward Jungles and icing as Jungles couldn't get a touch. Down to 125 on the man advantage. Edina's a really good third period team, outscoring teams 27-7. in the third period this year. Of course, Minnetonka has been good in every period. Pretty evenly this year, having outscored their opponents now 88-23 through 18 plus games. Nevers into the zone. Nevers, puck on his stick, rotates it to the left side. Vorlicki at the point, soft shot, got a tip from Chorsky, and it's saved by Glockner. Terrific job by Glockner in front. This broadcast on youthhockeyhub.com brought to you by FVP. FVP has a dominating lineup. Reach for what works with FVP oil, antifreeze, stay tuned, batteries, and more. Visit your local automotive shop or retailer for FVP products. There's a chance in front. What a save by Glockner. Puck still loose. It's in, and the game is tied. Mad scramble, and Malmquist scored it. Malmquist denied once, but not twice, with 13:42 remaining. A power play goal knots us at 2. 15th of the year for Liam Malmquist. Glockner made an unworldly save on his first attempt, and then it just found its way in. Pinballing around players. Glockner tried to lay on it with his back, and it just snuck underneath him. So we're all square at 2. Edina strikes early in the third. And they get that all-important game-tying goal pretty early. And that silences the crowd here at Pagel. Board battle in the offensive zone corner for Minnetonka. Out to center it goes for Josh Lidke. Makes a man miss and got it into the corner. Chased after by Kittleson. Touch there by Reiners. Back for Boltman. Got behind him. Kittleson ranges over to try to pick it up. Streeter there to help for Minnetonka. Grabbed by Morton. Up it goes for Kevin Delaney. In on Glockner from center. He'll distribute right side to Lidke. To Doctor. Tried to dangle it away from Clemenson. Stolen away by Borst. Borst taken down. And another Edina power play coming up. Delayed penalty as we get a touch. And also Clemenson with a big hit in the corner. And suddenly the Skippers are on their heels. Into the box goes Doctor. A great penalty killer. Edina capitalizes at the 3:18 mark of the frame, and now they're back on the power play with 12:36 to go. Jet Jungles in on the draw, and Edina wins it. Vorlicki with Jungles. Going down low, Malmquist. Up top, Vorlicki looking for a tip, and that's up high in the netting off of Jungles. They're going to bring the face-off out because Jungles was at fault for the puck leaving play. 13 seconds into the power play. Huge kill here for the Skippers. And it seems like Edina, the one more energized after that lengthy intermission. Chorsky across the line, and the pass for Vorlicki sets up a 2-on-2 here with Bayless. Bayless bringing it to the corner. He's also got Newhouse there, but grabbed by Nevers. Mason Nevers onside at the line. Circles into the corner. Nevers back for Malmquist. Malmquist to the point. Looked like he had a shooting lane. Instead gives to Vorlicki. Jungles jets off the half wall. Moves to the middle. Slides one past Glockner. And a clearance by the Skippers. Bringing us down just over a minute to go on the power play. 11:35 to play in regulation. 2-2. Pass to Malmquist. Here's Nevers. Drop pass looking for Jungles, who took it away from Lacombe. Now Malmquist on the back door. Glove down by Nevers. Back for Williams. Off the inboards, deflecting to Jungles. He's pressed up against the boards by Zitzloff. Around it goes to Nevers. Left point. He found Williams. Williams rotated it down low to Liam Malmquist, who spins it back out front. Chorsky scores! And a salute for the cheering section. Brett Chorsky gives Edina the lead. Another power play goal. And this game has taken an amazing turn. Edina scores 2 minutes and 36 seconds apart. 2 unanswered for the Hornets. And they lead for the first time since early in the first period. A snipe from Chorsky off the brilliant feed. Edina leads it, and you knew it was only a matter of time before Minnetonka gave him a shot on the power play. They gave him 2 shots in the opening stages of the final period. Edina really has come out the better team in all 3 periods of this game. But Minnetonka has closed the periods well. So how will that play out here in the third? Nick Henry trying to split through Hornets, looking for Newhouse. Edina takes it. Trying to pull the upset here on the road in their conference opener. Grabbed by Reiners. Around it goes to Clemenson. Boltman in his own corner. Near side, Borst. Morton flings one left corner. Will Kroll there for Minnetonka. Kroll brings it up, dumps it in, skipper's change. They send one man in after it, that's Kittleson. Kevin Delaney at center for Edina. Nice job by Chorsky to force it in deeper. Chorsky centers, looking for the tip from Colby. Delaney pressing in, stripping it away from the skippers. Edina humming right now. Delaney goes up top. Pass too soft toward Vorlicki. Kittleson took it. Skipper's now looking for the tie. Bayless rim of the circle. Down low it goes to Streeter. Grabbed by Chorsky. Chorsky had his stick lifted. Kittleson kept it in. Bayless brings it to the left point. Now given up and cleared by Edina with 9:30 remaining. Skippers trailing 3-2. Doctor shoots one on Hogue. That was deflected off of Vorlicki's stick, but Hogue played it cleanly. Chorsky and Malmquist scoring on the power play. That was Malmquist's 3rd power play goal of the year, Chorsky's 1st. 9:19 remaining. Wires has it. Shallow angle attempt there by Motzko. Got denied. Puck flips up into the banners above the ice and exits the zone. Malmquist brings it down for the Hornets. Now spinning with it in his own end. Nice pass ahead to Nevers. Goes left side. Jungles slams on the brakes and flips it now behind Glockner. Minnetonka has not lost all season. On the ropes a bit right now. Kroll to Wires across the blue line. Into the corner. Minnetonka trying to establish the zone. Kroll got it to Motzko. Lacombe fell down, and that allows Boltman to get there fairly easily to Malmquist. That goes over to James Miller. Wires got it right back in. Minnetonka gets fresh legs on the ice. Hogue out of his net to go get it. Liam Malmquist banks it all the way down for an icing. With 8:17 to go, we pass the halfway point of this period. We're also brought to you by Splash. Splash Ice Melt Shaker Bag. Simply tear open and shake on surfaces where safety really matters. Minnetonka this year has only given up 3 goals once. It was in their tie at Hermantown, another game where they struggled in the 3rd period. Whipped in by Newhouse. Edina around to get it. Doctor plunges in and goes head first, a little slow to get up. And Doctor still getting back to his feet. It's kept into Newhouse here. Nice move in front. Newhouse sets up Lidke with a shot wide to the right. Henry got there for Minnetonka. Down behind the net, it goes to Newhouse. Does a pirouette and passes over to Doctor. Doctor corrals it. That's tipped by Morton. Edina trying to clear, and they do. Mason Hendrickson got it back to center for Lidke. Doctor retreating to his own end. Lidke up to Henry right side. Past Hendrickson now. In the possession of Vorlicki. Lidke looks up for Hendrickson. Hendrickson lost it off his stick. That's chipped ahead to Chorsky. Chorsky got past Doctor, but not Lidke. Lidke, though, fans on the pass ahead. Wide open, Delaney in front. Scars! Delaney with the third straight goal for Edina. And they lead 4-2. 13th of the year for Delaney. It was a sloppy clearance by Minnetonka that led to the turnover, and Delaney capitalizes, the senior, with a humongous goal. First time he scored since he had a hat trick against Blake. 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of play here in the third for the Hornets. And now they lead by 2. Largest lead for either team this game. Kittleson trying to get one back. Bayless fires a one-timer off the end boards. That's fluttered out by Edina. So now a season high in goals allowed by the Skippers and Glockner. Kevin Delaney, the senior forward, part of the 4-man group with double-figure goals on this team, joining Nevers, Malmquist, and Jungles. A humongous tally. Skippers trying to gain the zone. Here's Wires. Wires spins and shoots off the side of the netting. Lacombe has one of the Skippers' goals. Passes on to Motzko. Motzko off the stick of Lacombe. Tracked down by Clemenson along the boards. And he brings it out to Borst. Jackson Borst from the half wall. Shot from a tight angle. Saved by Glockner. And we're down to 6:08. Shots in favor of Edina, 24-20. They are 11-1-1 when out shooting their opponents. Minnetonka's only been outshot or tying in shots 3 times this season. Corralled by Newhouse, nearly given away out front. Newhouse has it going down the middle, now veering right. 3-on-3, Newhouse drops it, taken by Chorsky. Now Newhouse at center. These teams will rematch in 16 days. Can't wait for that one, as Minnetonka is offsides with 5:41 to go. This could be just the 3rd loss in the Sean Goldsworthy era for Minnetonka. Goldsworthy taking over 2 years ago for Brian Urich. He's a Minnetonka grad, former St. Olaf coach. His dad, Bill, played for the North Stars. Hasn't encountered many situations like this, although this would be the 2nd such loss against Edina. Crashing into the boards is Bayless. That one sneaks past Nick Williams. In the corner, Doctor. Doctor battling with Nevers. Dragging the puck along is Doctor. Williams lost his stick, but it goes to Jungles. Gets across center and dumps it in toward Glockner. They'll try to press him in and get the puck in the corner. Grabbed by Doctor, and he spurts the other way. 3-on-2. Doctor shoots one softly off of Hogue. That's played by Boltman. Veered out toward neutral. Lidke spins it right back in Streeter. Streeter has Kittleson in front. There's a rebound allowed by Ho. Goes to Streeter in the corner. Kittleson behind. Got checked down as Streeter fires it on to Lidke at the point. Narrowly kept in. Around behind for Kittleson. He evades his stick. Goes ahead to Reiners. Now tipped ahead to Malmquist. Malmquist with 4:25 remaining. Circles wide. Shoots one on Glockner. Knocked down. Motzko goes against Malmquist. Puck is free along the half wall. Emerges to Malmquist. Playing some keep away. And nearly flung it out of play, but it lands in the corner for Doctor. Or rather, Lidke going to Doctor. And here's Lacombe. Across the blue line, Lacombe. Down low, centering feed, and Chorsky, with his great size, just cancels out Jet Lee Swift. Glockner settles it down again. Skipper's running out of time. 3:47 to play. They've given up 3 unanswered goals. There's a puck in the rafters off an Edina stick. The Skipper students have been silenced here. Minnetonka has Wayzata coming up next on Saturday, then at Prior Lake, and against Eden Prairie on February 2nd. Edina has Eden Prairie coming up on the road. That'll be a great atmosphere as well. Then they're at Centennial and against Wayzata. 3.5 minutes remaining. Kevin Delaney scored the goal that put him up by 2. Got brought down to his backside as he crossed the blue line, but he got back up and dumped it in deeper. Kroll behind Glockner, giving away to Miller. Kroll. Pass ahead goes to Newhouse. Newhouse looking for Hendrickson. Sent out of play by the Hornets. We're down to 3:05. We're probably a minute out from Minnetonka highly considering a pulled goalie situation. Offensive zone draw for Minnetonka here. Bayless will go against Nevers. Won by Tonka. Lidke goes cross ice for Kittleson. Pinballed off his skate into the corner. Tracked down and sent to Kittleson in the opposite corner. Now back for Griffin Streeter. He boots it along and Streeter toward Bayless. That's cut off by Reiners. Toward Malmquist, shovels it out. Nevers with it, 2-on-1. Jungles on the receiving end. Batted at by Nevers, and he tries to fling it back cross ice. Stolen away by Streeter. To center it goes, offside. Lidke got caught up there with Bayless. 2:26 left. Got to think that Minnetonka is missing Teddy Lagerback a little bit. The Arizona State commit with a dozen goals on the year. He's been Mr. Consistent for them. There's a big pile up around that neutral zone draw. Nick Williams in toward Glockner. Around it goes. Underneath Motzko. 6 players pressed up against the half-wall glass. Minnetonka trying to get this puck past the blue line. It's a real scrum in there. Miller emerges with it. Time running out for the Skippers. They have to score quickly. Down by 2. 1:50 remaining. Morton pumps it out of the zone. Lidke. It's brought in, but a whistle first. Net is empty at the other end. Minute 43 to go. We should have a 6-on-5 situation here with a neutral zone faceoff. Bayless against Chorsky. Clean win by Bayless. They immediately go to Newhouse on the right wing. Dumped into Streeter. Reiners trying to swing away at it. Kittleson got there for the Skippers. Down to a minute 30. In the middle, Newhouse. Chasing to keep it in at the point and can't do so. Newhouse with an empty net at the other end. Delaney sends one toward Chorsky, and he can't field it cleanly. Bayless had it evade him. Lidke back to get it, and he'll circle behind the cage. Along with Colby there. Delaney couldn't hold on. Newhouse fighting with Delaney and Lidke helping him out. Doctor into the corner. We're down to 55 seconds left, and Edina's up by 2 with 3 unanswered goals here in the third. Meanwhile, Kittleson passing in front to Newhouse. His stick got lifted, it appeared, and now a clean look for Jungles. Scores! Edina's going to win it. 4 straight goals in the third period. Number 16 for the team leader, Jet Jungles. An empty netter. And that'll send the fans flocking to the exits with 39 seconds to go. An amazing game here. The final score will not reflect how tight it was. It was 2-1 Tonka heading into the third. Worth wondering whether that delay affected them at all heading into the period. There's Wires centering out. And it's played here by Zitzloff, left point. Wires behind, 20 seconds to go. Up top for Kiffin. Shot up high, sailing over Hogue, who is set to get his 11th win. Cleared down by Edina with 10 seconds left. Kiffin picks it up. Zitzloff looks up ice. And Edina wins this hockey game 5-2 and knocks off the number 1 team. Undefeated no more is Minnetonka as they fall to 17-1-1. And our FVP MVP of the game is Brett Chorsky. The senior scored the go-ahead goal here in the third. Made some unbelievable defensive plays using his size to knock skippers out in front of the net. And his Hornets move to 14-2-1, and they get their first late conference win under their belt with 6 more to come. Minnetonka will have to watch the polls next week and see if they remain number 1 now that Edina has knocked them off in the first of 2 meetings. Their second one will be February 9th. Quick scoring summary for you. Edina scored first with Mike Vorlicki, answered though by 2 unanswered Minnetonka goals. Grant Doctor and Braden Lacombe to make it 2-1 heading into the third. Then Edina gets 4 in a row from Liam Malmquist and Brett Chorsky, both on the power play to take a 3-2 lead. Kevin Delaney added the insurance, and Jet Jungles gave them a convincing 5-2 win with the empty netter as Edina moves to 7-1-1 away from Braemar. Sam Ekstrom with you on Youth Hockey Hub. It's been Hockey Night in Minnesota presented by FVP Parts. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in next time. We appreciate the viewership on Youth Hockey Hub. Have a great night.